Continue with the example of the power of communication. I want to show you some clips for you to guess what powers of communication I want to mention here.
I've had my ups and downs, my fair share of bumpy roads and heavy winds. That's what made me what I am today. Now I stand here before you. What you see is a body crafted to perfection, a pair of legs engineered to defy the laws of physics, and a mindset to master the most epic of space.
Here's the advertisement from the Volvo trucks that want to they execute one power that they want to provoke attention, and along with the promote the values that their trucks are safe and smooth in the driving. And next is the following is the next example. That example is about they want to educate people about the original taste of their waters. And next is I want to continue my presentation that with that communication power, we need how to unleash that power. We need strategy, and the plan is about strategy. And what communication strategy is a way to solve marketing issue by creating differentiated direction to drive on execution in one consistent manner. And another way to talk about that is set of choice of many execution. And communication is what to say. Strategy, plan, take approach, insight, and direction. And how to say is execution, big idea, executional idea, and about the copy and visual. Here's a planning in the general that we got client brief from the business we work for, that we have to from the key business challenges they have, we need to achieve, we need to set down that what need to achieve marketing objectives. Then we have to define, dig down the problem they face and reframe in a interesting way. And later we have to know clearly who's our target audience, look for their insight, and we have to come up with the strategy, the way we approach them effectively. And when we finish that, we have to have the core strategic idea, and we've done the problem. And that's about the what and the why we come to the how to find the advertising strategy. First of all, we need to find the tension of who, the tension of consumer, because consumers should spend time to brands that resolve the conflicts in their life, and we have this model right for you easy to find a strategy. We have one element that consumer tension, and the other element that unique brand offer, and the intersection between them is a strategy, our strategic idea. And first element is consumer tension. Consumer tension is something that's ripe for discomfort, debate, or disagreement, and one important thing that they must be unresolved. And tension can be the sharp division in public opinion, or just a personal or of one person. We got the example right here that we believe tension of the audience, taught by audience, that we believe snacks are bad first, but also that we deserve small indulgence from time to time. And attention can be a paradox because people usually avoid paradox, so addressing it directly gives the brand tremendous cultural relevance. And one tension I like most that the tension of the girls that enjoy the rise of being a girl but avoid the pain periods. The brand talk about the story Diana, some brands that context or something like that. And the tension can exist in many different levels, can be deep like the psychological or net bigger than the cultural. In between we have subcultural, categorical and community-centric tension. I will talk it later when we come to the case. And the other element of the model is the unique brand offer. And the definition of this is what differentiates the brand from competitors and can be based on various things. It can be the unique product characteristic or combination of them, or total product or product styling or superiority over competitors. And I will show you the example of one the example of the unit brand offer. Here that they state their unit brand offer is assembled at zero waste to landfill facility. And come back to my presentation that but how to find a unit brand offer. We must interrogate client brief and competitor review to see out that the competition out there what differentiate us and them. And here's some other ways to find out that we have to excavate the brand history through the some layers that of marketing, advertising, and ask some questions like when was this brand at its best, when was it as its most vital, or another way interview on the people about their memories of the brand in their youth and ask them the same question you are asked the consumer today. That like example that like how they did use the brand. What were its uniqueness? Another, you have to conduct some survey, talk to your loyalists, fanatics, and to aiming to capture the insight about the brand action and amplify it so that a much wider group of can feel the same passion. Back to the origin, you can ask the company itself that recover the founder vision, and that those two elements will combine to make our strategy. We have to ask the question to come up with the strategy that what do the brand want the audience to think or do, or what the brand want them to feel. And here are some example that from the brand Scrabble is a brand selling the board games, and we have here consumer tension and the unique brand offer, and here's the strategy. The consumer tension, their target audience think that the words are in great danger today, affected by the general degeneration and by something like people misread the language when texting, emailing, or chatting. Yet we desperately need words. The more words we know, the more we can understand and enjoy our world. And what the brand help is that the Scrabble turn words into fun occasion with family and friends. And from those elements, we come up with the strategy that we have to rediscover the magic of words. Another example that from the Louis Vuitton, the luxury fashion brand, the consumer tension here that the pressure of the mass have turned the once extraordinary into the ordinary, and a unique brand offer from Louis Vuitton that they embodies the spirit of travel in beautifully crafted, luxurious looks. And we come up with the strategic idea that we honor people who live life as exceptional journeys. I have a quiz for you that you can get. Can you guess the strategy of Fanta by showing you a clips? And I give you the answer that the consumer attention of Fanta is that teens are growing up too fast, forced to abandon childish thing. And what is the Fanta offer? That the playground sensory amazement and the strategy that encourages teens to stress less and play more. And we come. We come to the case from Vietnamese brand that I love the most, and I think that all of you have the memories of this brand. That's the brand Thinh Long, and the background of this brand, that's Thinh Long is a leader of the market in the stationery category, and mostly well known for its pen products. And now they want to move up from the pen platform to position itself as a stationery brand, and they own in the market that all stationery brands in the market don't communicate in a big way, so they have to redefine itself and clarify that they are Vietnamese leading stationery brand so as to grow and better connect with consumers. And I want you to guess the consumer attention and the unique brand offer, and the way you can think to figure out the consumer attention, that you have to think the layers that are given before in the attention consumer attention part, that you have to think of think about the brand, the category, the psychology, subculture or culture. Here are some questions like in the psychology, that what are the psychological needs that your brand can fulfill or fail to fulfill, or the cultural aspect that you have to ask, that is there cultural force that impacts to the brand. And the unit brand offer for you to easily to answer this script. I will show you an advertisement from Thinh Long. if you are just an audience looking at it as that you felt that is normal, but as the advertising or agency, you look it in the strategic way that how to come up with this advertisement is a very hard way. Now you just have to define the consumer attention, and the unit brain of here's the consumer attention, and the unit brain of this case that you can see in the that the chart is very front, and it's a contradictory in the reality that the kids in the classroom they face many stress and constraint, and they always too curious to learn about the world, but that the stress in the classroom prevent them from that excitement. And what Hieu3 gives them is that Hieu3 provides a wide range of high quality stationery products that help facilitate learning in different ways. And we have the strategy. Here is the core idea that we execute on the advertisement under this strategy that you can see in the advertisement, that Hieu3 refresh the point of view about learning and reignite the genuine excitement towards the stationery. And with Hieu3 stationery, you hear the kids always eager to learn more. And the summary of for you to develop strategy, first of all, you have to identify the client business clearly and set the marketing objectives. Then you have to define what barriers prevent you from achieving it, and define communication objective. Then you have to seeking for the insight of the consumer. And later you have to distill those insights into potential practical tension for you to implement in the campaigns. Number 6, that you have to figure out the brand has in its channel to attract attention, and later you have to develop the various can call that the strategy and discuss, and finally you have to refine your strategy. And after on, the key takeaways from this workshop, you have to take to memorize that the model to come up with the strategy of advertising strategy. And here are some tips for you like I mentioned above. And that's all. That's close my presentation.